they're not playing the style of football that they played last year, and it's like they're living off last season. They think they just got to turn up and it'll all happen for them. Off the back of playing in a grand final. Last year when you watched the Broncos play, they were willing to work hard early in matches, and then all their football come. And look, there's no doubt they played some razzle-dazzle football last year, but yeah, they're not willing to work hard early in matches anymore. They think they roll out there and it's all going to happen for them. And they come up against a very committed football side last night, the Dragons. They were physical early.
Especially against the Dragons. If you don't match them physically, you look across the field, they're like clones. From the winger to the front row, they're like
big team.
They're like 108 kilo. They're all fast. They can all sidestep. They're all skillful. And if you don't match them physically early, then you just don't compete. Like, they've beat heaps of good teams.
Could you see this from the Broncos at the start of the year, Cam?
No.
So what's changed from the start of the year? Obviously, we're going through an origin period, but they've still lost games with their origin stars. I mean, is it Adam Reynolds? Is it the loss of Adam Reynolds?
Well, he's been out for the most part of this season, right? He's battled injury, but he missed a few last year as well. But, as I said, they're not the only team that have had the challenge of missing, big-name players throughout 2024. So I just think it's really their mindset and their attitude towards their football. Like, they seem like they're not willing to put in the hard work early to set up victories. They want to go out there and they want to look for the easy options, the easy tries. And look, they're a wonderfully talented football side, but it doesn't matter who you play in this competition. If you're not willing to work hard early, you can't get the wins.
The young hooker that came on, Blake Moser. You seen much of him? How'd he go last night? There's huge raps on him. Yeah, there are big raps on him. He came on the field. He did some good things. He actually scored a try, which got the Broncos back into the game. But the man that played extremely well was Jacob Little for the Dragons. Isn't he a good player?
I thought he was fantastic, possibly the best player on the field.
Moses Suli was good. I thought he did some really clever things early.
Where did you have the Dragons this year, Freddie? Because I had them down the bottom.
Just out of the 8.
Bottom 3 or 4. He's done a great job. Oh, yeah, I thought they'd be right down there.
Well, mate, the former Zach Lomax, he's won them games, without a doubt. Like, between, Benny Hunt putting kicks, putting them on the spot. Zach Lomax, some of the things he's done this year.
The coach has done an incredible job.
The coach has done a great job.
What he's done, Flanagan, I reckon, with this group is taught them how to compete for 80 minutes. Now, we've seen a couple of ordinary performances by them throughout the year, but on the most part, like, they've been out there competing. And that's the difference, Even if you look at, certain lists and you look at, matchups between two teams and you think, that's a much better side. As long as your footy team goes out there and competes, they'll be in the game, and that's what the Dragons have done this year.
So can you see the Dragons remaining in the top 8 and playing finals footy this year?
Well, the result this afternoon,
they're
whoever wins will jump them.
So they're 8th at the moment. They'll finish 9th after this weekend.
That's right. But if they keep competing like they did last night, well, they're a chance.
But they're equal 8th, so they'll be equal 8th on for and against. Basically, they'll fall out due to that. I think Terrell Sloan has a big say. Like, he can turn a close game into a win. Like, he's so brilliant. His defence was a bit dodgy. He just got overpowered a few times. I think he was on his line in a couple of situations where he just didn't quite have the power that he needed early enough in the tackle. I think Katoni ran over him once as well.
Moser was the late one, bumped him off one-on-one,
He's important. That's such an important position. You look at young Jai Gray got caught online as well. If you're going to be fullback and that's the tactics, you need to be able to stand up and hold that ground because every team now just spots them up and they get big blokes running at them. And so, or you change your tactics. You defend somewhere else.
We can see there on the screen, this is the Broncos' run home. Do you put a line through them now, or can you still see them just cracking back into the top?
Well, I thought they were absolute morals to win it. I just thought they'd win it and win it well this year, win the competition. Yeah, I don't think they'll make the 8. I think they're done.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, I think mathematically, after last night's game, they were talking about how many wins they need to
7 of the.
When you hear that mathematically, you know you're in strife.
So that's pretty hard, particularly with look at those sides that they got to come up against. Finishing with the Melbourne Storm. Like, imagine your last round game against Melbourne needing to win that.
So when's he due? When's he due back?
Adam Reynolds.
Like,
it makes another month.
Most wait for that game.
They're saying round 22 it was.
Yeah, I think it's another 4 weeks.
One team town. I'd played at Newcastle and a rugby league mad town. getting pats on the back all the time can make you drop your guard a bit. I wonder if that's happened in Brisbane.
Maybe the Warriors. They were patted on the back line. They were incredible last year.
Well, it's a subconscious thing, right? So even though they're losing, they lost 6 in a row, is that right, Broncos? They'd still go to training at Red Hill and there'd be 100, 200 people at training. Autographs, photos, pats on the back, all of it. So.
And last year it was manic up there as well, and even at the start of the season.
You only need to drop your guard that much, and if everyone does it as a team, collectively, you can drop.
Does that help Melbourne? You know, like from a point of view of their success over a long time, has that been a real one of the real assets or bonus?
I reckon it is, mate, because it helps you concentrate on your football. Like there's no distractions at training, you know, like the media turn up once a week for your captain's run. They talk to Craig Bellamy, that's about it. It's not until the big games at the end of the year where you start to get big crowds at training, so I think it might be.